Hello, my friends. Welcome to your What You Need to Know and your tarot reading for the lunar eclipse in Pisces coming up on September 17th. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. I am a Pisces and I'm coming at you live from Salem, Massachusetts. I literally just moved here a week ago. If you've been here on my channel, it has been a hot minute since I have posted. I usually post full free yoga classes and tarot readings for every new moon and full moon, but I have been moving my entire life 2,700 miles across the country from Las Vegas to Salem, and this is the first time I've really been able to film anything. I can't wait to get back to yoga, but just to give you kind of a hint of what's going on here, this is what's supposed to be my yoga space back there. Is just full of boxes, and this is like the only place in my new house that is, you know, I'm able to kind of film in because it's like the only place we've gotten set up. But yeah, I'm coming at you from Salem, Massachusetts. It has been a crazy, I've been here for just over a week, about a week and a half. My new place, this is a house that was built in 1860. It is definitely haunted. I had a video go a little bit viral for how haunted the basement is. It is definitely, you know, there's definitely ghosts here, but you know, it's fine. I enjoy the haunted things. I mean, clearly my entire house is haunted things. This couch that I'm sitting on, we actually, my best friend and I, who's my roommate, we found, I've been like stalking the Facebook marketplace, okay? Found these vintage antique couches, two of them on Facebook Marketplace, got a U-Haul, drove like to another city in Massachusetts to pick them up, and I'm trying to really just like furnish the whole place with like antique vintage stuff, and I don't know, it's just been a wild ride. Ever since we touched down in Salem, it has been crazy town, and you know what, that's reflected. Look, we got the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Definitely feeling the burnout, definitely feeling like carrying all those wands up a hill. But enough about me. I hope you are well. Again, if you are new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. It has been, again, a hot minute since I posted, but I'm really trying to get back into the swing of things. But you know, moving is crazy. I have moved across the country. This is the third time I have done it. And you know what? I don't know. I can't even, it feels like a dream. And speaking of dreams, this is for the lunar eclipse in Pisces coming up on September 17th. And I am a Pisces. We are kind of living the dream right now. And as we get closer to this lunar eclipse in Pisces, things are just going to feel even more dreamy. You know, Pisces, as we know, is a water sign. Pisces in the tarot is actually ruled by the moon card, which is the card of dreams and illusions and things not really feeling real and feeling like you're kind of in a fog. And that's really what this lunar eclipse in Pisces is going to feel like. You know, it is a full moon. It is also a super moon. So it's going to look, you might have noticed already, the moon is looking like super big in the sky. And so we probably are going to feel the effects of it a little bit more than we usually do. And, you know, full moons are generally about releasing. That's kind of, you know, we have our new moon, manifesting, setting intentions, full moon, releasing, letting things go. But with lunar eclipses and eclipse energy, so we are entering this eclipse season. So we have this lunar eclipse, and then we're going to have a solar eclipse with the new moon that's coming up. It's chaos. Chaos reigns. And we're actually just coming out of a Mercury retrograde in Virgo. It kind of wavered between Virgo and Leo. We just got out of that Mercury retrograde. We just got out of the shadow period. And think of lunar eclipse, well, just eclipse season in general, as Mercury retrograde, but even more chaotic. Which I know sounds scary, but, you know, there's a reason that lunar eclipses were considered these, like, really big omens. I have to sneeze, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Lots of dust in this old place and like opening boxes. My allergies have been so bad. But you know, there's a reason why lunar eclipses were considered these big omens. Lunar and solar eclipses were considered these omens in like ye olden days, you know, because they tend to bring about fated events. They tend to bring about change. They tend to bring out these really massive breakthroughs. And this goes for the whole collective. So that's kind of what to expect with eclipse season. But you know, you're going to see a lot of astrologers talking about how you shouldn't manifest, which I do, you know, partially agree with, but it's just because of the chaos. Maybe you work with chaos magic. Maybe you need a little chaos in your life, so maybe you do want to do some spell work under this lunar eclipse. I'm a big proponent of astrology is just energy that we need to work with, and you can work with it in the way that works best for you, you know? Maybe you do need a little chaos, so you're like, a little chaos magic never hurt anybody. However, that being said, I'm kind of known for the pop culture references that I make regarding astrology and like tarot. And the best pop culture reference that I can make to describe this lunar eclipse in Pisces is the tunnel scene from Willy Wonka. The original Willy Wonka with like Gene Wilder, where they're going on that boat through that tunnel, and it gets really weird, and there's like really weird videos. I don't know about y'all, but that scene like scarred me as a child. That's kind of what this lunar eclipse is going to feel like. However, that being said, when you come out the other end, it's think about Charlie in Willy Wonka. He makes it to the end, and he, gets the golden ticket, and he gets like the prize at the end and all that stuff because he stayed pure of heart, right? He stayed like, he didn't give in to all the other like little kind of tests and trials that, Willy Wonka had for all the other kids that they kind of like fell subject to. He got it because he, stayed true to himself in the end. And that's kind of what this lunar eclipse in Pisces is all about. It's really the time to lean into your intuition. It's the time to lean into your spirituality, your compassion, community, and just go with the flow. It's that Pisces energy. It's a mutable sign, right? Mutable signs are Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo. And this lunar eclipse will affect those placements the most. But, this is a collective energy. This affects everyone. And, as long as you're kind of staying true to yourself, following like your biggest dreams, this is... Pisces is delusion. I like to call my big three Pisces, Sun, Leo, Moon, Sagittarius, Rising, confident delusion. That's how I've managed to like move my whole life across the country. That's how I've managed to, start and maintain my business and do all these crazy things in my life, is through the power of delusion. While I wouldn't recommend taking any major super big risks during this lunar eclipse in Pisces, or like, huge actions, this is a really great time to dream big. I'm hosting a workshop here in Salem. It is already sold out, but what we're going to be doing under the lunar eclipse in Pisces is making vision boards, pocket-sized vision boards that are, but more like I'm calling them dream boards, because it's not necessarily a vision board, which I think vision boards, we tend to limit ourselves, right? We get in this like, well, I have to stay realistic. I have to like, no, I want this to be your like biggest dreams, like the things that you don't even think are possible, that, the sky's the limit. I want you to get a little bit of that Pisces delusion and kind of run with it. And that's kind of what you should be maybe thinking about during this lunar eclipse in Pisces. An eclipse season is just a portal that puts us where we need to be. Now that portal might feel like that Willy Wonka tunnel scene, okay? But what is on the other end is for our greatest good. Let me check my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything. I have a lot of notes for every new moon and full moon. This is the start of, so we're shifting slowly, the axes are shifting. So the last few eclipses that we had were on the Aries Libra axis and the nodes, and those are like slowly starting to shift into Pisces and Virgo. So you have to think about the Pisces-Virgo duality. I'm a Pisces, my best friend is a Virgo. It's this practicality versus the delusion, right? And that's kind of where we're going to see these next few eclipses in this axis are going to happen. This is also right before Mabon, our autumnal equinox, which is kind of a time where we say goodbye to summer and hello to the fall. And this is a time where the veil is going to feel really thin. Again, I live in a haunted house basically, and I'm just used to the ghosts. I have loved ones. My dad has passed on. He's always around. But the veil is going to feel very thin with this lunar eclipse in Pisces, because A, lunar eclipse, B, full moon, C, Pisces, we're the last sign on the zodiac wheel. We're the closest to like the astral realm. And then again, close to our autumnal equinox, which is where the veil is very thin. So I think, you might be having some wacky dreams. There might be some spirits coming through. You might be not able to sleep. Those are all things that kind of happen with eclipses as well. The last time that we had this eclipse access was in 2017, and I don't know about y'all, but 2017 was like the worst year of my life, but a huge transformational year. This is one of the shortest, smallest eclipses. It's a partial eclipse, not a total eclipse, that we've had. And so this might bring about a ending that we were kind of expecting, or a breakthrough that we've been kind of expecting. Something that you're like, it's not going to take you completely by surprise, although it might, you never know with eclipse season. It's going to be something that you're like, okay, this is time for me to kind of close that door and step into this new door. Like I said, in the tarot, Pisces rules the moon card. In the body, Pisces rules your feet, your pituitary gland, your melatonin. Pisces rules dreams, the third eye chakra. I wrote down tying up loose ends, spirituality, compassion, vulnerability, and dreams versus reality. That is all my notes for this a lunar eclipse in Pisces, and I've been rambling for about 10 minutes. It's been a while since I've gotten to get in front of a camera and talk. I've missed you guys so much. Again, my yoga classes are coming back soon. I'm going to get back into the swing of things. But let's get into this tarot reading. Let's see what the cards are going to say. And we're just going to roll with it. So this is the Ethereal Visions deck, which I felt this is like the Pisces vibes. And then we're going to clarify with the Horror Tarot, which is kind of like the Eclipse vibes. So we're going to start with this. Like I said, the Ten of Wands is already at the bottom of the deck. You can see he is carrying those wands up a hill. And tens are about cycles ending. So, all the minor suits in the Arcana have Ace through 10, and 10 is the end. This is the end of the cycle, a cycle of burnout for sure, where we've been working hard. But the thing about the Ten of Wands is, he might be burnt out from carrying all those wands straight up a hill, but guess what? He has reached his home. He has reached his home with those wands because he's trying to bring them up there to build something. And he has finally reached his home on the top of the hill, and he can put those wands down. He can put the burden down. So I think once this kind of lunar eclipse comes through, we're going to kind of be able to put down a little bit of the burden. Now, I am just going full force into this. I don't have any table or anything in front of me, so I know all these cards are going to just fall all over the place. But you know what? We're doing our best with what we got, friends. Making it work. All right, the Magician, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Swords. I used to pull the Magician a lot, and it was kind of one of my favorite cards. And it was a card really when I was starting my business, when I was just kind of finding, starting to manifest things into my life. I used to pull the Magician a lot, and I haven't really pulled it too much, but now I've noticed it's starting to come back around. So I have the Magician, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Swords. Look at this Magician card. It's so beautiful. And the Magician is card 1 in the tarot. So we have card 0, the Fool, who has taken the leap, right? The entire tarot is the Fool's journey. And while the Fool is the one who takes the leap, the Magician is the one that figures the leap out. The Magician traditionally has all the suits of the tarot on their table. I have them tattooed on my fingers. We got our pentacles, our cups, our wands, and our swords. Usually the Magician has all those on their table in front of them. And the Magician is the alchemist. The Magician is the how, the figuring out, the just do it, like that Shia LaBeouf video where he's just do it, doing the things, manifesting the things. It's a reminder that we are the manifestors. We are the alchemizers. We have all the tools that we need. We just got to figure out how to use them. It's a little bit of trash magic, Trash magic is again, I was just saying, I'm doing this without a table in front of me. The cards are going to go flying. I don't even know where I'm going to put these cards. You can't see it, but behind this wall, I bought this really awesome vanity. I've been, again, trying to get vintage antique furniture. There's a great place here called the Salem Flea Marketplace. I bought this vanity from 1934, and that's where I plan on using as my desk and filming things. However, I don't have a chair for it, so I'm literally sitting on a Tupperware, a moving bin, one of those big heavy duty moving bins with a pillow on top of it, because we're making do with what we got. We're a little trash magic. I think when we think about manifesting, we think about our dreams, we think about success. We're well, I have to buy this, or I have to have all of this new shiny things to make my dreams come true. And I'm here to tell you that you don't. I started my business with nothing. I quit my full-time job in December of 2018 with no backup, no savings, no nothing. I was just miserable at my job, and I was you know what? I'm taking a chance on me. And I made it work. I think of Tim Gunn in Project Runway, make it work. And that's kind of what the Magician is you make it work. You have the tools already. You might as well just go for it. And then we also have the Seven of Wands. It is going to feel like you kind of are on the defensive a little bit, right? Look at him. He's defending himself basically with his wand. He's fighting off these other people with wands. But the Seven of Wands comes after the Six of Wands. What's the Six of Wands? A victory. And you might feel like you're kind of... It's going to take a lot of fight is what I'm hearing. It's going to take a lot of fighting back, standing your ground, being very steadfast in your resolve of this is what I want. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to fight for my dreams, basically. I've had to fight every step of the way for my dreams. And with the King of Swords also, mental clarity is going to lead the way ahead, right? He is the King of Swords, the King of Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the King of Swords is the king of the intellect. He is the king of, it is head over heart. And, I think the Magician is kind of that heart piece of like going for it, going for what you want. But this is kind of a reminder that we also need the mental clarity, because the lunar eclipse is going to feel very foggy, where we might not have that mental clarity. We might just have the delusion and the dream. But if you want to cut through that, if you want to really get to being clear on what you want and how to get there, we do need a little bit of that King of Swords energy. And, you know, when I think of swords, I think of like writing, I think of reading, I think of like educating. Maybe that's the piece that you need to like, you're like, well, okay, you're telling me that I need to be the magician, I need to like do a little trash magic and like use what I got to get to where I want to be, and I'm going to have to fight for it, but like, I don't know how to do that. Do some research. Look into whatever it is you're passionate about. Start researching it. You know, this move to Salem for me has been years in the making. I had to do so much research. I had to fight for this place. Like, I had to like stalk all the realtors and all the like realty sites for months. I had to save for years. You know, I had to give up a lot. I gave up so much. I kind of got rid of all my furniture, all my everything. I got rid of my car. You know, if you know me, my car is my baby. I had to get rid of all this stuff to make this happen. But guess what? It paid off, y'all. I stopped recording for a bit because as I was recording, the UPS man just pulled up and delivered a package, and my dog, he's sitting right here, lost it. But I do feel like it's very interesting that I got a delivery, right? As you know, we're talking about this, we're doing this video. I feel like the universe is gonna be like, ding dong, like, hello, we are here. The sun almost flew out as I was saying that. Like, I feel like something very soon is going to be delivered, those manifestations coming through. It's just we got to get through this eclipse portal first, you know. It definitely is going to feel, again, like that Willy Wonka scene, kind of like a reckoning. I'm surprised we haven't seen like Judgment yet. But I think whatever is on the other end is going to be worth it. I feel like you might get some unexpected delivery of some manifestation coming through, and that's been happening a lot for me lately. You know, just things that I never would have expected are just like coming through and just like, here you go. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, what? And huh? So, all right. The Well. Now, this deck has 2 extra cards. So the traditional tarot deck has the same 78 cards. This deck has 2 extras. And this one is called The Well. And it is kind of all about this well of like creativity that you can pull from, like going back to the well. Maybe I'm hearing like going back to the drawing board if you're like, and the Chariot right at the bottom of the deck, if you're maybe like, I don't know how to move forward. I don't know. We were just talking about it with like the King of Swords with the Magician. I don't know how to get to where I want. Maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. Maybe it's time to go back to the vision board, the dream board. If you are looking for that forward movement, that Chariot energy card of Cancer that maybe you haven't found yet, you haven't found that forward momentum, because guess what? If you have no direction, how are you supposed to move forward if you don't know what you're moving forward to? So maybe it's about going back to that well, that kind of the drawing board, the creativity of like, where do I want to go so I can actually find the direction that I'm supposed to go in. And that might be what this eclipse season brings you. Like the portal, this eclipse portal, this like tunnel of whatever is going to kind of put you to the point where you actually have a direction. You have a sense of where you want to go. We just got to get through this eclipse portal first. It's okay. 3 of Cups. You know, rely on your community, your squad, your friends. I love the 3 of Cups. This is like such a beautiful card. You know, you can just see here, it's like community support. Your squad is celebrating, having something to celebrate. I've been feeling this like a lot lately. You know, something I really struggled with in Las Vegas was like making friends. I only have like, you know, a couple really, really good friends, and it was really hard in Las Vegas to kind of find that girl gang. But I have only been in Salem for a week and a half. And just last night, I went out with, you know, the squad, like my friends that were like waiting for me here in Salem, that lived here and that I had made friends with. And we had a really great time that felt very 3 of Cups. You know, we were celebrating and cheersing and having a great dinner and just having that support. So we love to see it. 9 of Wands. Yeah. It's like the 9 and 10 of Wands are both like burnout cards, but the 9 of Wands says you're almost there. This is my card that I always say, if you know me, if you've been on this channel, the Almost There song from Princess and the Frog, where Princess Tiana almost has her restaurant. Almost there. It's okay to take a break. You see how he's kind of leaning on the the wand there, because the 10 of Wands, like I said, he makes it to the top of the hill, but the 9 of Wands, he's still carrying those up a hill and he needs to take a little break. It feels like a reminder that just because you might need to take a little break, also I'm hearing like this eclipse might feel like almost like a side quest. Like it might feel like a little bit of a detour, like you're kind of pausing on the main mission to like go do a little side quest, take a break, go on a little bit of a detour before we're getting to like the end goal. That's okay. Sometimes it happens. I would really recommend, if you find yourself maybe on a little side quest under this eclipse, to just roll with it. It might feel a little distracting. It might feel a little bit like, okay, well, I'm trying to get to the end goal, but don't force it. Don't resist the random side quests that you find yourself on, because honestly, some of the most magical moments in my life have been like random side quests. There's the Hierophant, absolutely, card of Taurus. The Hierophant is a card of like up leveling. It's also a card of a spiritual guide, a teacher. Maybe you need to find one if you're unsure of where to go on your journey. You feel like you don't have that direction, or you don't know how to get to where you want to be. Sometimes you find someone that's doing what it is that you want to do and have them show you how. There's nothing wrong with reaching out and finding a guide. This is also, the Hierophant is also the connection between, the heavens and the earth. He's considered the Pope of the Tarot. It's also a card of tradition and the institutions that kind of like rule us and rule our world. Maybe that needs to change. Maybe you need a little, need to shake up the foundations a little bit and kind of find the new institutions in your life, the new traditions, those new ways of living. It's like the rules that we live our life by is the Hierophant. And sometimes, especially with eclipse season, especially with Pisces energy, we also have Pluto has been in Aquarius. It's doing a little dip back into Capricorn, then it's going to go back into Aquarius. It's really this revolution, rebellion type of energy, which is really going to shake up the foundations and the structures of everything. So maybe we need to shake it up a little bit. 7 of Cups. Don't get distracted by all the options. You can see, I love this. He has like a mask on. There's like a dragon on it. But traditionally in the 7 of Cups, there's all these cups. There's all these options. And some of them have dragons. Some of them have coins. Don't get distracted is what I'm hearing. Like, yes, go on the side quest, but return back to the original quest. Don't get distracted by like, what is glittering gold that might not be what you actually want. It's very easy to like see the instant gratification. The 7 of Cups always reminds me of the scene in Aladdin where Abu sees, they're in the Cave of Wonders and they're trying to get to the lamp, right? We want the lamp. We want the genie that's going to make all of our dreams come true, right? But Abu sees that giant ruby and he's like, oh, and he like pulls it and then everything starts melting and like whatever. Like, don't get distracted. You can go on your little side quest, you can have a good time with it, but come back. Don't let the side quest derail you, All right, we're going to clarify with the Horror Tarot. What else do we need to know for this lunar eclipse in Pisces? I do apologize if my energy seems very like all over the place. When I tell you I've been going nonstop for a good month or two now, I have been going nonstop for a good month or two now. Like, moving across the country is not for the weak. I feel very ungrounded. I'm mostly fire and water, and then with this lunar eclipse in Pisces coming up, I'm like super ungrounded, and then obviously like switching homes, I'm just like, but we're getting through it. We're figuring it out. All right, any final messages? The High Priestess, absolutely what I say. Time to trust your intuition. And intuition can be a hard practice to master, because especially if you're a person that, has struggles with mental illness, has anxiety, things like that, which same, it's hard to differentiate the voice of our anxiety versus our intuition. And something that I talked to a friend about at one of my retreats was generally, and this is generally, it doesn't go for everyone, and obviously we're all different, the first thought you have in your brain when you're thinking about something or you feel that first thought you have is usually your intuition. And then all the what ifs and the panic and the like, oh my God, but what if this? That's the anxiety talking. Usually your first thought is kind of like your intuition being like, trust your gut, trust your intuition. Pisces rules our third eye chakra, which is like our intuition. Trust your gut, go with your gut. go with that feeling. Intuition is always such a, not a hard thing for me. It's just hard to explain because it's like, it's just a feeling. It's like such a thing that differs for everybody. You know, some people feel it in their body. Some people just feel this like sense. I like, you know, in Mean Girls where she's like, I have a fifth sense. Like, it's like I have ESPN or something. That's kind of what your intuition is like. You're like, I don't know where this is coming from, but something is telling me, you know. How many times have you had that thought where, you know, maybe, I don't know, you're like dating somebody new and you have this intuition, you have this feeling of like, I don't know. And then you turn out to be right in the end. And you're like, well, I wish I would have listened to my intuition in the first place and I wouldn't have like gotten hurt in the end. So and intuition is a practice. The more you lean into it, the more you listen to those thoughts, you listen to those like, okay, that hones your intuition, that gets you more used to like at recognizing the signs, at recognizing like what is actually the voice of intuition and what's like your anxiety, you know? Of course, you can't have an eclipse reading without the Tower. Major change, fated events, catastrophe, chaos. Thank you. You're welcome. What's coming out with the Tower? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, it's a little bit better. However, in this deck, the Nine of Pentacles is like the bent neck lady, which is fine. But I'm about that. I'm about a little chaos leading me to abundance and an abundant harvest. I am here for it. This is literally like the eclipse and then Mabon right after. It's like, you know, there's gonna be a Tower moment for sure. Your Tower might fall a little bit, but it's inevitably gonna lead to your Nine of Pentacles. Abundance, harvest, very single, independent energy, whether you're single or taken or whatever. It's like you are abundant. You have an abundant harvest. You have some kind of win or, you know, abundant harvest after this little Tower moment. We just got to get through the Tower moment first. It's fine. Can you tell? Everything's fine. I'm fine. There's the Nine of Wands again. Just keep swimming, you know. Five of Pentacles. It might feel a little lonely. Two of Pentacles. Let's get one more. Wow. Ace of Cups. Yeah, you know, if you find that you're struggling, who's at the bottom of the deck? The Queen of Wands. If you find that you're struggling with this kind of constant burnout, right? We have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. This is like not having work-life balance. This is just having, just feeling like a rotten harvest almost, or feeling like it, you know, that rotten harvest is kind of never ending. The Five of Pentacles is out alone in the cold, physical, financial loss, maybe being hurt. In one of my favorite decks, in the Way Home Tarot, the Five of Pentacles is depicted as like rotten fruit on like a tree. And the Two of Pentacles is like juggling too much. That's probably why you're feeling that way. If you're just like, I feel like the phrase that's coming to mind is like digging from like an empty well. Like you just feel like you don't have anything left to give because you're just like, I am empty. I'm done. Ace of Cups. Fill your own cup. Fill that well back up. Like, what is going to make you feel quenched is what I'm hearing. Like, this is kind of like dry as a desert over here. It's like you are empty. You are kind of like, you know, I don't know why this was coming to mind, but in The Mummy, when like Imhotep like sucks all the life out of people and just leaves them like kind of husks, that's what this feels like. We don't want that. We want to feel quenched. We want to feel full. And the Ace of Cups is about love. It's about what fills your cup, and it can come from another person, it can come from yourself, it can come up from your Three of Cups, your squad, but you need to focus on like the filling of the cup, the like watering of the garden. And if you find that maybe you're feeling that like you're in The Mummy and you're just having the life sucked out of you, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do whatever that is. Come back to yourself. A good little self-care moment will be great under this lunar eclipse. Definitely recommend like a full moon bath. It's Pisces, like it's dreamy, it's water, you know? I think I'm gonna leave it at that, my friends. Ace of Cups, it up. Again, you know, that's the eclipse energy. That right there. I am trying to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully I'll have my yoga space set up very soon. I'm hoping I'm actually going to go work on it right after I'm done filming this. I just wanted to get out something for y'all because I miss y'all so much. I miss my YouTube community. You guys are the best. I miss my YouTube membership. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I will be back to regularly scheduled programming, hopefully by mid-September, when my life is just, you know, not chaos anymore. Yeah, again, I'm here generally, when I'm not moving across the country, every new moon and full moon, I have content. I put out weekly astrology, weekly tarot, yoga classes for all bodies that are very accessible. I try to keep my YouTube channel just all free classes. I also have a membership here, but that's been on a little bit of a pause as I'm kind of, getting back into the swing of things. I also host retreats. If you'd like to come to Salem, Massachusetts, I do host witchcraft and wellness retreats here. I only have one left with 4 rooms left, and that's for New Year's next year. So 2025, 2026, that New Year's Eve, that's the only retreat I have left that is open. I recommend snagging a spot because I'm pretty sure it's going to be sold out probably by the end of the month. But if you want to come to Salem, you want to experience Salem, come join me. I would be honored to have you. Thank you so much for your support. I hope that you guys are doing great. I hope that you have a wonderful eclipse. May the odds be ever in your favor, and I'll see you next time.